Are you able to hear Mwalimu? Let me know whether you are able to hear me. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Are you able to hear Mwalimu? Anybody around who is able to hear Mwalimu, kindly confirm. Kindly confirm, kindly confirm, kindly confirm. Is there anybody who is around who is able to hear Mwalimu? Anybody around who is able to hear Mwalimu? Or there are 31 in number. 31 in number. Are they able to invite more? Are they able to invite more? So please confirm. Are you able to hear me? First of all, confirm. Are you able to hear me? That's waiting. Are you guys able to hear Mwalimu? Are you able to hear? But are you able to hear Mwalimu? Thank you very much. Great. So at least today we are alive. Today we are live. Today we are live. Today we are live here. All right. Thank you so much. So then I'm going to take just 30 minutes of your time. I'll not keep you waiting here. Ninja, yes, I'll not keep you waiting here. I'm just going to take 30 minutes of your time. Now, and what are we looking at today? We are looking at leadership and management. We are looking at leadership and management. And specifically, I would want to look at three key areas. Which areas are these? Specifically, I would want us to look at the ANSOFs, growth strategies, the ANSOFs, growth strategies, or ANSOFs, business development strategies. And then number two, we have to look at the BCG, Boston Consulting Group matrix. And of course, any other question that you guys will be having. So, and I would want, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here to look at the ANSOFs matrix, by first of all reading for you great ninjas some article about some lady here, about some lady here, I hope you'll be able to see this document, who has been able to build her business, music business to a very, very big extent. So her name is Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. I'll read this very, very fast to show you guys how you're supposed to grow your business as Taylor Swift. So Taylor Swift's journey to becoming a music powerhouse began at a young age. She grew up in Pennsylvania and started performing at local events and fairs when she was just a child. By the time she was a teenager, she had already started writing her own songs at small venues in Nashville, Tennessee. It was there that she caught the attention of record label executives and signed her first record deal at the age of 15. From there, her career took off and she quickly became one of the biggest names in the music industry. Being a brand, the importance of image and reputation. Taylor Swift's success is not just due to her musical talent, but also her crafted image and reputation. From her early days as a country singer to her current pop star status, Swift has always been intentional about her brand. She has cultivated a relatable and authentic persona while also maintaining a level of privacy and control over her personal life. This has helped her build a loyal fan base and establish herself as a respected and influential figure in the industry. Diversification, very important. Diversifying revenue streams from music to merchandise. Taylor Swift's success is not related to her music career. She has also built a successful merchandise empire with products ranging from clothing, phone cases to jewelry. By diversifying her revenue streams, Swift has been able to capture a brand and reach a wider audience. She has also been strategic in her partnerships, collaborating with brands that align with her values and image. This has helped her maintain her authenticity and credibility while also expanding her business ventures. Marketing strategies, I would want you to understand this marketing strategy is very important. Leveraging social media and fan engagement. Taylor Swift has been known to leverage social media and fan engagement to promote her brand and connect with her audience. She regularly interacts with fans on social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram, sharing behind the scenes glimpses of her life and promoting her latest projects. She also uses social media to announce new merchandise drops and exclusive for fan experiences, creating a sense of urgency and excitement among her followers. By prioritizing fan engagement and authenticity, Swift has built a loyal fan base that continues to support her music and business ventures. Future plans? What's next for Taylor Swift's business ventures? Taylor Swift shows no signs of slowing down when it comes to her business ventures. In addition to her successful music career, she has also ventured into the world of fashion with her own clothing line and has even trademarked phrases from her song lyrics for use on merchandise. Swift has also been involved in various philanthropic efforts, including donating to causes like education and disaster relief, as she continues to evolve as an artist and entrepreneur. Fans can expect to see even more innovative and exciting business ventures from Taylor Swift in the future. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I simply wanted to give you a practical case of somebody who has been able to master the concepts of what here Ansof's matrix, the Ansof's growth strategies. All right. So, is there anybody here who has ever heard of this lady? She's a quite a terrific singer. Is there anybody who has ever heard of Taylor Swift? Of course, I know as accountants we live under rocks, so I'll not be surprised that you guys have never heard of her. I mean, that is us. We accountant. That is us. All right. So, of course, I know why I'm not getting those answers. It's because all of us have heard about this great singer here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with your permission again, I will be able to come here and get to something now on this Ansof's matrix. So when we talk of Ansof's matrix, what do we really? We shall overcome. Don't shout. We shall overcome. So here I am. I'll be able to come and look for this great model. It's very famous. Ansoff. It's very famous and very popular in your exams. Very popular in your exams. All right. So here we are, growth strategies, Ansoff's growth strategies. So you can see we have those, we have the market section and we have the product section here. So we can decide in this case here to work with our existing products as RCM. We can say, for example, we are just going to remain in the CPA industry. Or we can start in this case here developing new products. So we have here existing products and the new products. So if I just go down for you to see the whole picture of these. So also for markets, we can decide in this case we just want to our existing market, which is customer market, or we develop in this case here new markets. We develop new markets. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please listen, listen and listen to me very well. The moment you understand this, then that is it. Then that is it. So, assuming in this case here we have our existing product, our existing product here is CPA course. And then we don't want to look for any new markets. We would simply want to play in our area of comfort, which is CASNEB. So if we are working on existing products, growing within our existing market, then we call this one here market penetration or market growth. We are simply looking for what here? For growing our market share. So whenever we talk of existing products versus existing markets, we talk of market penetration. So like currently, as we stand, of course, RCM must be having the biggest market share industry. We could be about 40% of the entire CASNEB's market. But you see, there is no way we'll be able to sit comfortable on our laurels here and really say that we would want to just stick on one product, stick in this case here in our existing market. No, there is a possibility of another player coming in future and even, washing us clean, squeezing our market share. And that is why we must always try case here to bring up new to bring up new products. So whenever you're bringing up new products in the existing market, we talk of this to be product development. You're producing new products. Like currently, this time round, I just sat down and said, hey, you know what? We can also do this thing. We can in this case here introduce high school programs for the tuitions here, holiday tuitions. And we were able to introduce this high school holiday tuition where we are teaching which papers are these. We have mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology. Now, you see, most of those kids that we have in this high school program are your children. These are your children here. So you can see we are developing new products for our existing market here. So like Taylor Swift, she always made new songs, wrote new songs for her existing clientele. So in that case here, then you are doing just one Swift. You are doing one movement, which is basically the product line movement. You are developing new products here, but the market is the same. So it's called what here? That's called what here? Product development. Product development. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from there, please come and look at this other thing here. If I just share this pretty fast. We could also decide to move. We could also decide to move, in this case here, column-wise, and expand our markets. So if, for example, we were to move from existing markets, and then we go straight away to what we call new markets now. So remember, we have the same CPA product, for example. But this time round, we don't want to just teach the CPA CASNEB, no. For example, we start teaching CPA Rwanda. All right. So in this case here, we are moving into this Rwandese market. We are moving into this Southern Sudan market. All right. So the moment we start looking for new markets, then we call that strategy market development. We have our same product, which is CPA, but now we are looking for what here for new markets. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this lady called Swift Taylor. She was able, in this case here, to move, for example, to China with her songs. Spain and Spanish-speaking countries. In this case here, some of our songs were sung in these new languages here. So as we speak, Swift Taylor is a sensational, terrific singer in China. So in this case here, her same songs written in different languages as a strategy to get to new markets. So she was developing new markets. That is market development. Market development. So you can see here, this involves finding new markets for existing products. This could be new segments in current markets, e.g. new age groups or overseas markets. All right. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have the very last one, where now you're looking at growth in two ways. Growth in two ways. You're looking at growth in two ways. So you're looking at, you're growing your products portfolio and you're growing your markets portfolio. So in this case, you're coming up with a new product. At the same time, you have your business development team looking for new markets. So like this lady called Taylor, she was able now to move from her comfort zone, which was singing, to she went ahead and did movies. She became, in this case here, for these big brands outside there, she became like their voiceover. She was voicing their marketing campaigns. She went, in this case, into merchandise. All right. Once she realized that now she has become a real ninja, then of course, whenever she was to don any kind of a garment, people would want to buy. So she was able, in this case, here, to get into new products and the new markets. Yeah, that's what we call market what here? Diversification, or simply diversification strategy. Diversification strategy. So, ladies and gentlemen, from that explanation, and of course also trying to show you like RCM, we are coming with a new product and we are coming up with a new markets. Of course, currently you can say really we are still on our comfort zone, but trust you me, now that we would want RCM here to become a listed educational institution, I would want really to go big and do diversification, where we are coming up with a new products and a new markets. Are we together up to there? I would want to get, in this case, your confirmations really. Are we together up to there? Are we together up to there? Is there somebody who is able to follow? Is there somebody who is able to follow abracadabra? Are we together here? Anybody who is able to follow here? So don't forget, new markets and a new product is called diversification. This involves moving away from existing core activity and offering new products to a new customer. More details are available. So key risks. Of course, there is a key risk that you may end up tying most of your capital. You may enter into what we call thin capital. You may enter into what we call thin capital. Thin capital. So it's good to see that you guys are following. It's good to see you guys are following. So locally, I gave you this example. For example, we have this gentleman called Diamond. Diamond also has now a clothing line. I mean, Diamond has been able to grow using Ansoff's matrix, just like Swift Taylor, through partnerships. Like, was able to partner with Koffi Olomide. All right. Once he partnered with Koffi Olomide, then his songs straight away were able to move, in this case, in some of these countries like Congo, etc., like bushfire. So partnerships will help you to really get into other markets quite fast. All right. Remember this Ansoff matrix. If you guys were able to look at this critically, we have firms like, for example, KFC. KFC, in this case here, they are so good in terms of the Ansoff's matrix. KFC is another company I would want you guys to go and look at how they've been able to grow globally using this Ansoff's matrix through strategic partnerships. They sell what we call franchises. Franchises, quite common in your exams, is a strategy of growing, getting into newer markets where we get to partner with locals. We get to partner with locals. So can I now move on to something different? Can I move on to something different? Abracadabra. All right, all right, all right. It seems like people have a problem typing on YouTube. I don't know why. People always get a problem typing in YouTube, which is sad. You should be able to type very fast there. You should be able to type very fast there. Please ask even questions there. Ask even questions there. Don't forget, in this case here, to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. How would you be listening to my very practical cases here and you guys are not even subscribing? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this takes me to what we call the famous BCG. So BCG stands for Boston Consulting Group. Boston Consulting Group. Now, this Boston Consulting Group is really a non-issue. It's a very, very easy model. So here, basically, we are looking at advertisements versus market share, which is the same as what here? The same as revenue. Same as revenue. Market share is the same as revenue. So then, ladies and gentlemen, remember this revenue could either be low or high. And also this rate of growth in the market, how the market is growing, right? Which is grows, of course, because of advertisements. So advertisement could either be low or high. Could either be low or high. Now, please listen. Ladies and gentlemen, if we have a product that we are aggressively selling, aggressively marketing, high marketing here, high advertisement here, and then the revenue is also very high. The revenue here is also very high. So we are talking about this section here. We are aggressively marketing and the product is responding. Then that product, in this case, will be shining. We call it what here? A star product. We call it a star product. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at, for example, there are products that normally are able to shine quite fast the moment we put a spotlight on it like this. It's able to shine. Look at a product like Aerial. Ile sabuni ya muosho, mumoja. All right. Those guys in this case here came from nowhere and they were able to put in lots of advertising efforts, and for sure the product in this case here was able to do what here to grow big time. It was able to overtake, for example, Omo, to the extent that Omo, through Unilever, of course, took Aerial to court. Why? Because, I mean, people now were really, these guys were experiencing a shift. People were shifting from their product here to Aerial. Sabuni ya muosho, mumoja. So in this case here, Aerial is a very good example of a star product. We are putting our efforts in there to market it, but at the end of the day, we are getting fruits. We are seeing in this case here revenue going up. Ladies and gentlemen, there are those products, even if you tried to market like crazy, you will still not get, in this case here, the market expanding too much. Your marketing, just like was it Michelin Tires? Michelin Tires or Yana, I don't remember very well. One of those two. The owners invested billions in billboards, in TV adverts, etc. The market was not responding. So that product, if it's Yana or a Michelin, I can't remember very well, then automatically that would represent what we call a problem child under the BCG, a problem child. Just like, for example, how you would get a child that you are really trying to feed. You are giving these guys, in this case here, breast milk. You are giving this boy here, for example, Cerelac, etc. But again, whenever you go to the doctor, you realize that this boy does not add weight. Every time the doctor is, thinking that you're the one, in this case, he was not doing things properly. So that's a problematic child. So that is very, very similar to some products that we have. Even, for example, companies like Airtel. Airtel used to be big. These guys, in this case, were big in marketing. But really, in terms of it standing and running, it has never reached there up to date. So if you ask me, those kind of products here, we normally call them problem children. We call them problem children. We call them problem children. It is also known as the question mark problem child, or a question mark, because we are doing our very best. You can see here, we are doing our very best in terms of a high advertisement, but revenue, you are giving us almost zero. You are giving us zero. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from there, we have what we call a cash cow. Remember, this table, you can rearrange it the way you wish. You can rearrange it the way you wish. Then we have what we call a cash cow. So cash cows are those particular products, ladies and gentlemen, that you will not even really market in terms of advertisement. Advertisement in this case here would be low. And then automatically in this case here, no marketing, but there is a lot of revenue coming. So we call them cash cows. At RCM, we have one cash cow. Like currently at RCM, I doubt whether there is any college in East Africa that can match us in terms of students who are doing business data analytics, BDA. Very few, if there are any, which can even be meet like half of where we are. Very few colleges. And we don't market it at all. It's our cash cow. Currently, we have about 500 students doing live classes with us through Zoom. And then we have like 200 who are using, in this case here, videos, following us through videos. And we don't market it at all. Because you see, I was quite strategic myself. All right. Given where I was working in those old days, I became so good in Excel. All right. And many people are able to associate me now with Excel. So we don't really market. And yet it is what here our most lucrative course at RCM. So there are those products, ladies and gentlemen, even you guys know that you don't have to market them at all. You don't have to advertise them at all. And yet, in this case, the directors are really milking that product. So in Kenya, for example, if you asked me about cash cows, I believe the owners of this Kensalt, the owners of this, is it Armis? Those guys must be having cash cows. They are not marketing those products at all, but yet those products in this case here are what here, they are very profitable. Thanks, Kiget. In this case here, problem child is the question mark. Yes, is the question mark, because you're not able to grow. We are pushing you, but you can't grow at all. You can't grow at all. Do you guys know this Armis? I also use it, imagine. Armis. You don't have to market it. You don't have to market it at all. And it's very good on your skin. You can see like now my skin is glowing. All right. Very good. So in this case, the product is not being marketed. The product is not being marketed, but at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this product still, they have so huge revenues to the owners. They have so huge revenues to the owners. You can see Vero Katunge. All right. All right. Market share. Market share. Okay. You know, market share, for example, if you have two competitors, for example, we have RCM and Strathmore. If, for example, the total market of a CASNEB is 100, we are fighting for these 100 guys. If Strathmore are 60 of those students, then Strathmore will be said to be having 60% of the market share. Will be said to be having what here 40%. And this market share, you can only push it, improve it, if of course you're offering quality and you are aggressively advertising. You're aggressively advertising. That these armies, especially if you have got kids, we use it more than cows, more than we use it in terms of milking cows. I like that. I like that. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, then we have the last one here. We have the last one here called what here? Called the dogs. You know, dogs are dogs. And that's why I don't like those women who say that men are dogs. You know, dogs are supposed to simply beaten, isn't it? Kikuyus will call them ngui. Ngui. And you are useless. We should not even try in this case here to be assured. We don't market you and you're not giving us anything in return. Yani wewe ni mjinga tangui. Namna hiyo ngui. So in this case here for the dogs, we are not marketing, and of course they are not giving us any revenues. They're not giving us any revenues. They're not giving us any revenues. So is there anybody who has a question from the past papers that you can be able to use for this class? Past paper, I'll try to get something regarding BCG. Let me just try to look for something here regarding BCG from the past papers, and then we get talk. But before I go there, I would want in this case, ladies and gentlemen, all right. Before we look at our past papers, I would want us to move right away here and look at something. Honestly speaking, ladies never call men dogs. No, we are not dogs. So somebody spoke about these marketing strategies. Marketing strategies as they were given to us by this gentleman called Kotler. Kotler is the father of what here? Marketing. So the marketing mix is the set of controllable variables that the firm can use to influence the buyer's responses. The variables are commonly grouped into four classes that McCarthy refers to as the 4 Ps: product, price, promotion, and the place. Place is the same as the distribution. Where do you distribute this? The original 4 Ps model: price. Pricing strategies include price skimming and, of course, price penetration, where for skimming is when a premium price is charged because the product has a technological advantage or brand loyalty that outweighs a price difference. I mean, you must always, whenever you're looking at how you're marketing your product, ladies and gentlemen, price has to be a factor. If, of course, you are coming to the market for the very first time, you can't charge a premium. You must take in this case, some loss through a discount. Just penetrate the market. And then, of course, as the market gets to understand you, then you can increase the price. So pricing has to be, of course, part and parcel of marketing. And then we have promotion. The promotion mix consists of 4 elements: advertising, we have sales promotion, we have public PR, and the personal selling. Then we have the place. The design of a channel of distribution will be influenced by the type of product, the abilities of the intermediaries, and the expectations of the consumer. Place is very, very important. And I remember in one of my videos that, of course, is on YouTube, which I was explaining what we call the value chain. The value chain. In the value chain, I told you that place is really a distinguishing feature. I was able to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, why, for example, when you are along Moi Avenue, when, of course, you look at the right, you'll be able to see, like, for example, Sarova Stanley along Kimati Street, you can cross over there. Or in this case here, you look the other way and go to Kirinyaga Road and get your fish there. So this fish in Kirinyaga Road is sweet and fresh. I'm not saying that the other one is stale, but we know, this is something that, they don't know what we call refrigerators, what refrigerators are. All right. But you see, when I go to Kirinyaga Road, fish there will cost me 250, 300 shillings. But the same fish in Sarova Stanley, I'll get it for 3,000 or 4,000. Why? It's because of the place and the even way of distribution. All right, the place. Look at these kind of, very, very funny places along. You can't even increase the price because of the clientele. In this case here, because of how, when you go to a place, for example, where the kitchen is written out of bounds. That is only the kitchen staff or rather the hotel staff that can enter there. No, we are moving away from those things. Now people are able to cook in what we call open kitchens if you want to add value. So the place and how you're distributing that food, that product really, really matters. All right. So in this case here, we have the design of a channel of distribution will be influenced by the type of product, the abilities of the intermediaries, and the expectations of the consumer. And then we have the product itself. This product that you are making, ladies and gentlemen, should be able to stand out. The product needs to be augmented if it is to stand out from rivals' products. This can be done by changing its brand name, its aesthetics, its quality, its packaging, or by widening the product mix or increasing, stroke improving the services that the product comes with. Very, very important here. So we have here product, price, promotion, place. So product, brand name. How do you package it? So if, for example, you were to go to some places like Eastern region, they're my friends. I love yellow. So in this case here, the packaging, try to have some yellow things there. There are places in this case you can go with some colors, and then of course those products here will not sell. All right. So we have key features, ensure that you have advanced features, give people options, high quality, give people warranty, proper service like after sale service, style appeal, price, look always at the amount you're going to charge here, the discounts, payment terms, very, very important. Promotion, sales promotion, personal selling, you have to publicize. You must advertise. You must publicize your products every time. The thing that you're supposed to be thinking about, ladies and gentlemen, once you have a high quality product, the next thing should be, the next tool there should be publicity. This thing of saying that we've got something nice that is going to sell itself, no. Regardless of how good quality you have, you must get out there and publicize yourself. Then place, you're looking at distribution channels, distribution coverage, outlet locations, sales territories, inventory levels, inventory locations. You don't just take your products anywhere. If it is in supermarkets, you must have people go to supermarkets and say, no, there is no way you can put a Coke product behind there. No, Coke products must always be strategically positioned like that. The 4 P's of marketing. So, ladies and gentlemen, are we in agreement around those? Have we understood this 4 P's concept? Have we understood the 4 P's concept? Before I go on, those are for the manufacturing, right? Those are for the manufacturing. We have additional 3 P's. Now for the service industry. For the service industry, I'm not getting very good feedback from you guys. I'm only getting from Rose Modoni. Understood? Then we have Immaculate. All right. Like a gentleman here, apart from Frederick, I'm not seeing any gentleman. That word from Wangi. All right. Great. Ile kitu ya kusema chema chajiuza, kibaya chajitembeza, ile ni uongo. Hata kama wewe ni mzuri namna gani, lazima utoke nje watu waweze kukuona. So I would want to see my students in this case here having Twitter handles. having very good Facebook accounts where they are really sharing their content. Because right now, where we have reached, remember I told you last time, it's about knowledge economy. How much do you know? It's going to really matter. And then number two, your social media influence. If you are here, trust you me, that on Facebook or on Twitter, you only have 2 followers, you're going to be poor. You are going to be poor, or worse still, you are not on Twitter, you are not on LinkedIn, you are nowhere. In terms of social media footprint is going to become a very, very big thing. I'm telling you, the guys who are struggling here to grow our social media handles, like the moment my YouTube hits 100,000 subscribers, I'll be sleeping. I'll be going, in this case, around walking, of course, the whole Kenya, the whole world, without working too much. Without working too much. Great. Oh, we are not used to this live thing, Mwalimu. So we shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. But the most important thing is that you guys are following. You guys are following. All right. All right. Duncan Mwalimu, yes, he is following. Yes. Great. Good lesson. Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, then we should be able to continue here and look at the other 3 P's. Now there are 7 in total. Now there are 7 in total, plus an additional 3 P's, people or participants. For example, having adequately trained staff and support services. You are sending your people, in this case here, to go, your sales representatives, in this case here, to go and market you in those supermarkets as your agents. So those guys must be well fed. All right. Don't have, in this case here, people making, but rather making sales for you in these places here, looking like they are the most hungry people on the world. No. On earth, no. You have to pay these guys well. You must motivate them. Your customers, in this case here, must be happy. Because people will look at really array of many factors. It's about stakeholders. People must be happy with your product in a way that they shall be able to actually sell you. Then we have process, for example, payment, delivery processes. What do you have? Automated processes. Do you have automated processes? Ladies and gentlemen, the last one is physical evidence. For example, website. Do you have a web? Even if it's a service industry, you can't tell us that you have an auditing firm called Aura and Company and you don't have what a website. We must be able to have something that guys can go and see. All right. If, for example, you have an online business, at least you should be able to have like a store somewhere if somebody's doubting. Like ourselves, who are doing these CPA classes 100% online. Then we discovered that there were some old school kind of parents who are not trusting us. So now we went and opened a physical branch, quite small, at Standbank House. So whenever we get a parent who is really not like comfortable paying for online classes because they think that online is all about what you fraud, then we send them straight away to Standbank and they're able to go and pay there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you go to this particular exam, you will be asked in this case about these 7 P's of marketing. So are you able to remind us those 7 P's? Which 7 P's will you never? Which 7 P's in this case here will you never, ever? How many P's will you never, ever forget? I can see people are saying, Mwalimu, we should go back to, there is a reason why I'm putting this on YouTube. It's because I would want to grow my footprint as well. Because once you are here now, you guys have known there is Joshua Aura there. And I expect you guys to subscribe. Yeah, remember I'm offering kind of a free service. So how I will be paid back is by you guys coming to my YouTube, commenting there. When you comment like that, then I'll be able to get more recognition on YouTube. Price, product, promotion, place. Nobody's talking about physical evidence. Nobody's talking about how do you forget processes, honestly? No, I think I should come with a cane. No, I can't cane you. How do you forget about processes? How do you forget about processes? So, ladies and gentlemen, when you go to your exams, especially these case questions, the case questions I would expect to see you guys mentioning, if it has got some marketing angle, you should be able to bring out these concepts of what here, the 7 P's of marketing. They'll come and tell you, like there was this question on clean shelf supermarket, that the supermarket itself is known as clean shelves supermarket. But when you get inside, the shelves are dirty, not well organized. I mean, those are problems of place. All right. So you should be able to identify those problems using those 7 P's. You should be able to identify, great. Thank you very much. The product itself, yes. All right. Thank you very much. 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 All right. So at least that is now clear. Then I should be able to go to, somebody's telling me to mention something to do with Michael Porter's and the Vroom's expectancy theory. So I'm searching for them here in this ACCA book. Vroom's, by this gentleman called Victor. I did this long time ago. Do you want to tell me that it is still in your syllabus? We did this long time ago. Even ACCA doesn't have it. But we shall overcome. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember, whenever we talk about Vroom's theory, Vroom's told us that motivation is a factor of 3 things. He wrote this as an equation. He told us that motivation equals expectancy times valence. If you remember valence is VALENCE, valence times instrumentality. So we have, in this case here, according to Vroom's theory, ladies and gentlemen, Vroom's, we have 3 things: expectancy, instrumentality, and then we have valence. Valence is VALENCE. Remember, Vroom's theory, expectancy theory, is a motivational theory. So in this case here, it has got 3 components. Number 1, expectancy. Number 2, in this case here, instrumentality. Number 3, we have the concept of what here? Valence. Do you have notes regarding the same? Or should I send you something? All right. Not brooms, the room. Vrooms like this. Vroom's expectancy theory. So then I should be able to explain a little bit here. Allow me just to copy this and I bring them here pretty fast, because it's not a big thing. It's something you can, from Victor. It's Victor who told us this. Let me write here. Yeah, already somebody has written it here. Motivation equals expectancy times instrumentality times valence. Times valence. Thank you so much. Times valence. Thank you so much. And then, of course, as that gentleman has been able to mention there, when we talk about here expectancy, that these particular employees, they believe that their efforts will lead to successful performance. High expectancy. You should be able to bring your employees up to speed to them believing that their efforts will do what here will count in terms of productivity. Don't put your employees in a way they know that their efforts are not counting at all. And a high expectancy, these guys know that there is a direct relationship between their instrumentality. Expect that successful performance will lead to desirable outcomes or rewards. It is actually rewards. Rewards. Whenever we talk about instrumentality, in this case here, we have the first one. The first one, expectations here. And expectations here, the first one is not about rewards. They expect that the more the efforts they put, the higher the productivity. And then under instrumentality or instrument here, they know that the higher the productivity, the more the rewards they shall be able to get. That's what we call instrumentality. And then now we have the concept of valence. You should be able to look for valence, the word valence in Google, or even in ChatGPT. Place a high value on the outcomes or rewards associated with successful performance, so that you have even employees competing between themselves. So remember, under valence, ladies and gentlemen, the one who is, quote unquote here, violent in terms of productivity, they should be able to compete and take even 1 million Kenya shillings. So they should, under valence, ladies and gentlemen, they should really place a very high value. It's not about just instruments rewards, no. The highest performer should be able to get the highest valence, should be able to get the highest motivation, so that employees will be able to know, hey, this land company, that person is getting 1 million shillings simply because of what his efforts. So it is about efforts giving high productivity. Number 2, instrumentality, productivity leading to general reward scheme has to be there. Number 3, the valence in this case, ladies and gentlemen, is all about, in this case, ensuring that now we are able to place a high value on the rewards. Let everybody be running up and down, trying to meet their targets, because basically they place a high value on the rewards associated with their successful performance. So the moment you are able to mention there under vrooms, that motivation equals expectancy times instrumentality times valence, then you will be able to really put this thing down. Then we have Michael Porter. So Michael Porter's theories, very easy. Very easy. So I'm searching for Michael Porter here. All right. We shall overcome. Michael Porter did quite a lot. Michael Porter. So we have in this case here the generic strategies of Michael Porter. The generic strategies of Michael Porter. Please, you have to quote this. Porter said that if you want to be number one in this highly competitive environment, if you are in this, what we call the red ocean, where there is a lot of fighting between competitors, when you die, in this case here, your competitor feels very, very happy, this red ocean, then if you want to survive there, Number one, it's either you go for cost leadership, or you differentiate yourself heavily. Heavily. People should be able to know that this is RCM CPA. When you go to RCM for CPA, you get more than just CPA content. There's mentorship going on there. There is technology going on there. Or in this case here, you come and focus. So when you are a cost leader, ensure that you are cutting costs. You're cutting costs. You lead in terms of costs in your industry. Of course, this is quite a bad one in the long term. You'll be able to lose like all your staff when you become so stingy. When you become so stingy, even at a family setup, when you become so stingy, when you become old, even your family may disappear. Differentiation to offer a product that can't be matched rivals, and the charge, of course, a premium for this difference. So you differentiate your product from the rest. Yes, everyone else is offering CPA, but our CPA at RCM is quite different because of the kind of, I mean, like right now, most of the colleges are closed, but we're still here. We are available teachers. We are meeting our students. And then we have the last one, focus. Don't, in this case here, try to multitask. Focus. Position in the business in one niche in the market. You simply take a position. We are only known for CPA, and we don't want, although this focusing is very, 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 very bad. I don't advocate for it. But whenever we talk about Michael Porter, the generic strategies, and I would want to see you guys making this kind of arguments in your exam. Cost leadership, differentiation, focus. Three. And then we have, of course, the Michael Porter's 5 forces. You guys know them. You guys know them. They're not here. 5 forces. So the 5 forces, we have here threat of entry, competitive rivalry, threat of substitute products, bargaining power of customers, bargaining power of suppliers. Those are the 5 forces. Allow me to explain them, ladies and gentlemen, the 5 forces. 5 forces basically are those particular forces, if you are not careful, will be able to push you, out of what year? Out of the market 100%. Will push you out of the market 100%. Number one, it is the customers. Like ladies and gentlemen, like even us when we were starting the college, there are those customers who believe that they had to bargain always. And those kind of discounts are not very good for very many businesses. There are companies outside there that they would just want to be seen to be busy. All right. But when you look at their profit margins, they are getting nothing. That is why, for example, even Mwalimu, when I see you trying to bargain, you must have noticed that. But Mwalimu, this fees is 4,800. But I would want you to give me like one subject at 4,000. What do? I blue tick most of the times because I know that discounts are not very good for me. Because you see, we are simply operating at some kind of a thin line. When you ask for a big discount, you want us to break that line to cut, and then we go to hell, So customers can push you out of business. You have to be very, very careful not to accept most of their discounts. Again, in this case here, another way of pushing you out of business, if you're not offering quality, they'll shift all of them and then they go to other colleges. So you have to take care of what are your customers. Give them enough quality such that they don't even see any reason to do what any reason to bargain. All right. So that's number one. The first pushover for you from business, it is the customer. For us, what we do is to struggle to ensure that a good percentage, if possible, 100% of our students get to pass. Because, this is like a chain belt where we have people from intermediate level going to advanced level like that. So if they pass more, then they'll be able to come more to the advanced level, and they come with their friends. So we have in this case here the power of customers. Then we have the power of who? Suppliers. These suppliers, especially if you have got like 2 or 3, and then you are so dependent on them. those guys, like I remember there is a time I used to be a supplier in this area of Kasarani. I was supplying Unga products. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, Unga simply comes and says, we want you to be paying us upfront. And when you look at those kind of, what you need to put down for you to be able to get those particular, had to cut down that business by a very big scale, by a very, very big scale, by a very, very big scale. So your suppliers in this case here can mess you. Even these suppliers in some areas, they even come and start a competing business. So your suppliers can mess you big time, and that is why you need to be having like a procurement department, which in this particular case is supposed to be diversifying, looking at how do we diversify? How do we diversify our supplier base? All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from there, we have, apart from your supplier, we have barrier to entry. This entry or the entrance. We are in Kenya here, and then Dangote comes and says, I'm establishing a new cement company. What do you think of this, Bamburi? So the entrance can push you, new entrance can push you in the market. And that is why you'll get the people who are a bit safer are those people in industries with a high barrier for this entrance here in terms of government regulation, etc. But if it's an open market, you can easily get yourself out of what here, out of business. And then we have intense competition. If you're operating in a very competitive market, the current competitors can easily wipe you off. Last, ladies and gentlemen, is the power of what here? Substitution. Like when this SGR came. Since SGR came, most of these lorries that used to bring in a lot of stuff from Mombasa, like the Buzeki, that's when Buzeki started getting into problems. All right. When there is substitutes, you have to be very, very careful. You can imagine, like, for example, initially, when I used to teach at Visions, we used to have so many students, like 300 students in one class physically. But after these substitute of Zoom classes came on board, I doubt whether there are physical colleges which have got those kind of numbers. No. So we must always be all our eyes open regarding what your substitutes, regarding substitutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, when I look at my YouTube, for the last 30 minutes, I've not gotten even a single subscriber. And I'm so sure more than half of you here haven't subscribed. So I would want you guys to subscribe now. Please subscribe now. Please subscribe now. I would want you guys to subscribe now. Not tomorrow. You're subscribing now. You're subscribing now. And then, of course, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that Porter is the one who came up with the value chain. That I've done a very nice video on YouTube. If you just go there and Google Joshua Aura value chain, you'll be able to see how this goes. All right. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, I've really, really been able to do you great service from 10:30 to 11:30. So I think right now, if I disappear, you guys can't complain. You guys can't complain. If I disappear, you guys can't complain. How do I know I have subscribed? You need to subscribe. You simply go to Joshua Aura. You'll be able to get the YouTube channel there. Then, of course, you'll be able to see that subscribe button. Subscribe last month. Great. God bless you too. Great. Let's support our teacher. And the best way you can support the teacher here is to share that content. Are there other theory models you would want Mwalimu to come and do? Any other theory models you'd want Mwalimu to come and do later? Thank you, Ida. Any other theory areas or hygiene theory? Okay. And then I got another request from a AAA student who would want me to look at the audit procedures. I'll do that class from 1, not 1:30, but 12:30. Marketing imeingia. All right. Now I'm happy because I can see now you guys are able to type here. You are able to type. So please be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. I'll be able to come on board Frederick Wekesa at 12:30 to do AAA. Thank you so much. Be blessed. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget, in this case, ladies and gentlemen, to comment there. Give me a thumbs up. Give me good emojis there. Also on LinkedIn, this particular live cast is also on LinkedIn. Look for RCM College on LinkedIn. Mine will be for 30 minutes. Evolution theory, mine will only AAA. Mine will be for 30 minutes. Ida is asking whether we have hygiene theory. Yes. But at times it's not about money. Hygiene factors are very, very important. Or case, I should be able to do one more case question. I've done several, but I'll be able to do one more case question. Yeah, and then remember, we are promoting our great teacher for LM. Yeah, we should be able to close this chapter in the next 1 hour. And you're sending, in this case, your contribution could be 300 shillings, 1,000 shillings. Of course, I know some ninjas in this case here are not employed, but we must promote our teacher. Fortunately, this is something that came from you. I only followed and I've done my own contribution. We need to buy Mwalimu a gift today. Ugali ya Mluya. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. I was talking about LinkedIn. LinkedIn, please go to LinkedIn and look for RCM. I saw yesterday we only have 58 subscribers. That's too low for this college. We need to go there and even say that we are studying at RCM College. And even ourselves here, we need to go there and promote each other by endorsing. You should be able to endorse each other in terms of financial accounting skills, financial management skills, so that when I look at your page, you should be having like 10 of them. Don't endorse me for any skill. Don't endorse me for any skill, because me, I'm not now, I mean, I'm on my last phase of hard working. All right. I should be able to retire now and come 100% and manage RCM. The only thing I want you to do is to like my Twitter handle, like my YouTube channel, just like that. Otherwise, thank you so much. Evolution theories. Okay, great. Cheers then. Bye-bye. I wish you well as you study. Thanks and bye.